Hi all, it's Rambler here with an update about the channel. There won't be a video uploaded today, albeit this one, of course, just because I've got to get a few things sorted my end. But what I would like to say is just what I'm going to do in the near future, well actually, starting from now actually, with regards to the channel in terms of what games we're playing. What I've decided to do is, in my spare time, I've been trying to get past that boss fight in Resident Evil 0. To try and complete that LP, but I've had absolutely little success because I suck and it's really hard, and I don't think it isn't unbeatable or anything, but I'm getting to the point now where I'm just thinking I just want to leave it for now. So what I've done is, for that particular Let's Play, I've just labelled the actual title of the playlist for Resident Evil 0 as postponed. So I'm going to stop that one, and what I'm going to do in my spare time is basically play the game again and try to get some more resources, so that by the time we get to that point in the game that we're stuck on, I can do a video and finish it off proper. So it is kind of cheating, I know, but I've got to the point where I'm thinking I just want to do that in my own time so I can get there and then finish the LP off at a later date. And the reason why I'm finishing it at a later date is because, as I said, once that game was over, I really want to start playing some different games over the weekend. So what's going to happen is Monday to Friday, whenever I get a chance to upload a video, so hopefully on a Monday night, Tuesday night, not a Wednesday because that's when I go visit my gran, Thursday and Friday, unless I'm tired because of work, because work can be quite tiring towards the end of the week. We'll carry on with, at the current moment, Dark Souls and Hyperdimension, because they are kind of like main play LP series at the moment. And then on the weekends, I want to play some games that have been gifted to me by Star Yoshi and loads of other people that are kind of smaller, but would be nice to play, like things like Papers, Please, Pony Island, and other stuff that I've been gifted. Portal Mail Stories, I've been meaning to do that for a long time, and I've been just, for some reason, it's just been put in the back of the queue. I really would love to play that game because I've heard it's very good, so I want to get that going. And yeah, there's a few others like World of Goo and stuff like that I got gifted ages ago that I really like to have a look at. So I want to sort of change my schedule, so to speak, so that, like I said, Monday to Friday, whenever I can upload a video, it just won't happen on a Wednesday per se. But like Monday and Tuesday night, carry on with Dark Souls and Hyperdimension Neptunia, and then when they've finished, we'll carry on with some main games that I've got gifted, and ones that will take a while to play, like Dark Souls 2, Hyperdimension Neptunia U, and a few others that I've been gifted, so we can carry on with that. But then at the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I'll have a go at some of these other games and sort of do like a sort of sub-series on the Saturday and Sunday. So if we say start with Papers, Please on a Saturday, I'll just play that on a Saturday, and then Sunday, say, play another game, because they're smaller games, so they can be done in a few episodes, or a few videos, so to speak. But it just means that I'm actually able to play those and get through them, because I feel really bad, like I've got all these games gifted and I haven't had a chance or time to play them, and I'm like, I want to try and improve things, and like I said, I'm stopping Resident Evil for a bit after 0, because I've played the ones that I wanted to play, and I have enjoyed playing them, don't get me wrong. Even though they haven't got many views and stuff, it didn't really bother me. I just wanted to have them on my channel because I like Resident Evil. It's fun, and it would be nice. I just thought I'd put my own take on it, which I did. But at the same time, it's taken such a long time, and like I said, with Resident Evil 0 at the moment on hard mode, I just failed miserably, basically. So rather than just getting et up and stalling things, I'm like, okay, let's make the executive decision to postpone that LP for now. It's not something I usually do, so that I can start playing these other games that I've been gifted. Not so much under pressure or anything. Nobody's putting pressure on me to do them or anything, not at all. But I'm putting pressure on myself to do it because I want to play them. I really do. And, the longer I delay it, then, the more that I might forget about it or anything like that. And I haven't. I mean, I can't, because when I go to my Steam library, I can see them. They're there. But I'm like, no, I really want to change things up a bit, add a bit more variety to the channel, keep it fresh. So that's what the plan is. So today, like I said, today's Sunday. I won't have a video uploaded today. All I'm doing at the moment is just getting a few things sorted at my end. Nothing serious or anything, just getting a few things sorted. Like, I've got to tidy up my bedroom. It's a complete mess. And I went out last night with my brother. Well, not last night, actually. I just went out for the full day yesterday, being Saturday. Catching up with him because he's moved out, and we had a lovely time drinking and smoking. And then we went and we both like Trainspotting, so we saw like the first Trainspotting film on Blu-ray at his place, had a few drinks, then went out to town, had a few more drinks and some cigarettes, then watched T2, Trainspotting T2, and then had a few drinks, and then drunkenly went home and bought some stuff. But I did that and I really enjoyed it. So I'm just recovering from the hangover from that as well. Although I'm not too bad, but I just thought, well, I need to rest. Plus I've got work to do every Monday and Tuesday as well. I need to do a little bit of preparation for it. So yeah, so I'm a bit busy today. So there won't be a proper video up. And just to finish off this update video, I know it's been going on for a while now. You know what the clue? You know what the updates are going to. Well, you know the update now. I'm trying to say, sorry. You know what's going on now. So if you want to switch off at this point, absolutely fine. But for those of you who are interested in Trainspotting, if you have watched the first Trainspotting film, and if you haven't, I thoroughly recommend watching it. It's really, really good. It's quite dark though, so do be prepared for some dark imagery and dark materials. But I honestly believe you guys and girls can handle it fine. But I'll give you a warning. But I'm sure most of you have probably watched it or at least heard of it. I really love the first Trainspotting film. It is absolutely fantastic, and it's nice to go back to it every now and again. And I was really pumped up to see T2, Trainspotting T2. Knowing that it wouldn't be as good as the first one, and knowing it would be very different from the first one because the characters have got older and blah blah blah, and I was fine with that. But yeah, me and my bro went to see it last night, and yeah, it wasn't very good. It just was not very good at all. If you really like the first film, please don't go and watch T2 Trainspotting at the cinema. It's a waste of your money. Just wait for it to come out on telly or something like that, or get a copy of it or whatever that's free, and then watch it, because it really was awful. All it does basically is suck up to the first film with a really flimsy, pathetically done plot about, Big B getting vengeance on Renton and all that MacGuffin. Sick boy meeting Renton again. I'll tell you now, if you've watched the trailer for T2, trailer's amazing, and you're really pumped to see it, because once you watch the trailer's done so well, you're like, oh yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'll tell you now, if you've watched the trailer, that's pretty much the film. I'm not going to lie, that is the film in a nutshell. Nothing else that matters happens besides what you see in the trailer. Everything else is just pathetically done, boring padding material, and it's just completely unnecessary. It doesn't really... Well, it resolves things that were left at the end of the first film, but it takes so long to do it, and it does it in a really poor way, where at the end you're just thinking, really? You've kind of shat on the first film a little bit here with your ending message here, Not that, again, like I said, it's a sequel, the characters are older, and I get all that, but it could have been done so much better. Like I said, I love films with simple plots. I'm not criticising the fact that the plot was simple. I'm criticising the fact that for even a simple plot, it didn't have any meat on the bone. It was just dull and really badly put together. It felt really bad. Like when you're watching it, you're just there going, I'm really bored, and I really don't know what's going on half the time. And then you pick up bits, and then you're like, yeah, and when's it going to start getting good? And that's how you like throughout the whole film. There are some funny moments in it, though. There are some genuinely funny moments in it. There are bits in the film where you're like, oh yeah, that's quite funny. Little nods to the first one where you think, yeah, you expect that, but you think that's fine. But it really does just try to suck up to the first one. It's always reminding you, remember the first film? Remember the first film? Remember that first film? Do you remember that first film? If you don't, you better. I'm going to remind you now. That first film of Trainspotting, wasn't it good? Wasn't it good? And you're like, yeah. Your point being, I watched it this morning with my brother, before we went to see T2. So, because that's what we wanted to do. We spent the day out together. It is just shockingly bad. It really is. So please, if you're interested in Trainspotting and you're interested in seeing T2, don't. Just don't. It is really bad. I'm not like as angry at it as I was with Mad Max Fury Road, because I was really passionate about Mad Max. Like, I would consider myself to be a bit of a fanboy about Mad Max. Hence why I love the video game Mad Max, because it was everything I wanted Mad Max Fury Road to be. Whereas the film was just shockingly bad. Like, it wasn't Mad Max. Again, some good moments in it, but overall I was like, what the fuck was that garbage, But I was really upset after seeing that, because I was so pumped, because obviously the first three Mad Max films are really good. Even Thunderdome, compared to, Thunderdome is way better than Fury Road in my opinion. But I know, that's just my opinion. But anyway, I was really let down by that. This one, however, because I'm a bit older and I've been let down so many times now with either sequels or newer films where, they amp them all up to be amazing, and then you watch them and you're like, okay. Yeah, I wasn't too bitter afterwards. It might have been the drink, I don't know, but I did watch it all. Like, I wasn't like drunk like when I was watching. I wasn't like, I had a few drinks before we saw the film with my bro, because that was our plan. But I wasn't like, oh, I can't understand it, I'm too drunk. No, I watched the whole thing, and afterwards I just turned to my brother and went, that was shit, wasn't it? And he looked at me and he went, I think it was. I'm not sure. Are you sure it's shit? And I said, I'm pretty confident that was shit. And he went, yeah, I think you're right. I just I just didn't want to say it first, and I said, neither did I. I said, but then all of a sudden I thought, no, it's shit. So yeah, it was really disappointing. It's just vacuous, basically. There is very little meat on the bone. The first film's simple enough, but it's a wonderful social commentary. There's so much to it where you really do get invested in it. You really love the characters, you love the stories, you love the social commentary on Scotland at the time and young people doing drugs and all that. It was really, really good. This one, on the other hand, is just vacuous. There's really, really no point to it. It doesn't tarnish the first one in any way because it's trying to suck up to the first one. I would personally, if you love the first one, don't watch T2. Just pretend it never existed because it is shit. Okay, I don't care what the critics say. I don't care. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, it's generally really good. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still a good film. It's still potent. Yeah, 78% of Rotten Tomatoes and all that. Now, fuck it. It's shit. Okay, it is just bollocks. Absolute bollocks. You will waste your money at the cinema. Wait for it to come out on telly. If you really, really want to see it, wait till it comes out on telly, or if you really need to get it on Blu-ray or whatever, then wait till it's cheap, or borrow it from a friend or something. Don't waste your money, because I promise you now, after you've watched it, you'll be like, you may not hate it as much as I do, or you may not be thinking, what the fuck was that shit, but you will be, at the very least, disappointed. And I know a lot of sequels these days are disappointing anyway, and I know sequels in general are never as good as the first one, but there have been good sequels to films. Terminator 2, for example. I really love Terminator 2. I still like the first Terminator, but I really prefer Terminator 2, and I won't say it's the superior film. I just liked the film's construction. It was a good sequel, but I know there's loads of people who like the first one over the second one. I was like, yeah, that's fine, but for me personally, the second one was better. But I still think the first one's good. I don't think, oh yeah, it's better than the second one. The first one, the first one's shit. No, I love the first one, but I like the second one a bit more. Because it basically told a bigger story, and it was actually, in its own way, just the right direction to go in. I thought for it, and it was good. And like things like Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3, superb sequels to the first film. Again, not saying they're superior in any way, but they were really good. I know lots of people think Toy Story 2 is the weakest, but I really loved Toy Story 2. I really did. And Toy Story 3 was just amazing, personally. I know a lot of people say it might have been a bit pointless, and you think, yeah, I can get it. It was probably only made for nostalgic reasons, but it was the way it handled that nostalgia was done so well, I thought. I loved it. So they were good, and I love a few spaghetti westerns, specifically the dollar movies with Clint Eastwood, like A Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, and The Good and the Bad and the Ugly. I love A Fistful of Dollars. That's like one of my favourite films of all time. A Few Dollars More was a really good sequel. Like when I watched it straight after that one, because my dad had it on tape and VHS and what have you, it was amazing. I thought, oh well, it's just nice to see the character again, but it was like its own film compared to the first one, even though it had the same characters, anyway, the same main character, but it was brilliant. Honestly, I think The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is the weakest of the three, but it's still a good film. Like, it's a bit like Mad Max Thunderdome. In my opinion, it's like Mad Max Thunderdome. It goes on for way too long, and I know people highly rate it and think it's the best out of the three, and not perfectly get that, and you think, yeah, that's cool. But again, it's another example of how a sequel can be just as good, if not better. But in my opinion, I think A Few Dollars More is better, but that doesn't matter. But that's what I mean. So sequels can be good. It is rare and it is hard, and I understand from the filmmakers' point of views, they don't usually like to do it unless they can cash in on it, like a franchise, like you're looking at Transformers, for example, and all that MacGuffin. You can cash in on it and make a load of money out of it. Fair enough, I get that. And they don't have to be great. People just go and watch it. But yeah, with T2 though, it felt a bit more special because the first film was very unique at its time, I think anyway. But like I said, it's just my opinion. And this sequel's 20 years later, and I was really looking forward to it. I genuinely was. I thought actually this could be a really cool concept, but no, it's just so vacuous and crap. I don't care what Danny Boyle, who directed it, thought. I don't know what Ewan McGregor was thinking. I just think no, you should have just left it alone. I know Danny Boyle has always wanted to do a sequel to Trainspotting, and he wanted to do it 9 years after the first one to let the actors age a bit, and it didn't quite fall through because Ewan McGregor was being a dick about it. But I can understand now. After seeing this one, it's like, no, maybe he was being a dick about it for the right reasons. I don't know. But it is nice to see the characters again. The characters are still okay. Big B's fantastic in it. I think if there's any good thing for T2 is Big B. Big B, or Robert Carlyle playing as Big B, he's good in it. For the part that he has, he makes the best out of it. And Sick Boy's still. He's alright. Spud's cool. You sympathise with Spud a lot in this one. But Renton is just so bland. It just doesn't really work. And what it should have been, T2, is it really should have borrowed more from porno, because Trainspotting is a book by Irvine Welsh. I'm sure you know that. Before it became a film, and Porno, which was Irvine Welsh's, I don't know if that was his second or third book, I forget, I don't know, but it was the sequel to Trainspotting, and it tells a good story in that one, and I really do believe, although they borrowed some elements out of that, of Porno for T2, I knew T2, and they said T2 was going to be a bit different from Porno, because it's going to carry on from the film, and I was okay with that, totally okay with that, but after watching it, you're thinking, now, you really should have just done Porno, just the actual book itself, you should have just made that into a film. So yeah, it was disappointing. Anyway, I will better sign off now because there's things to do around here. So yeah, from Monday onwards, we'll stick with the main games for the LPs, and then on the weekends we'll start things like I'm going to start with Papers, Please on Saturday, this Saturday coming, and then on Sunday I don't want to do Pony Island yet because I still remember bits of it. I want to play that when I've kind of forgotten a bit about it because I've seen an LP on it. But there was another one I was gifted and I forget what it was. But either way, we'll play that. I don't know anything about that other one. So yeah. And then we'll do Port Mill Stories and all that MacGuffin. So yeah, some of the smaller games that I've been gifted that, don't take very long to complete, or, the longevity comes from repeat playthroughs and different endings and stuff like that. That's going to happen over the weekend. And then Mondays to Fridays is Hyperdimension and Dark Souls for now until we get some new main games. Alright, so can I say thank you very much for listening to this if you have done. Sorry if it went on a bit longer than usual. But yeah, it is what it is. But take it easy, have a good one, hope you're all well, and I'll see you in future videos. Until then, have a good one.